The world doesn't hate you. It's actually worse than that. The world is indifferent to your survival. To the machine, you aren't a hero, a villain, or even a person. You are a data point, a decimal, a statistic waiting for its turn to be erased. The world doesn't care if you breathe, and it certainly won't notice when you stop. When we talk about the world, we aren't talking about trees and oceans. We are talking about the system, the crushing gravity of mediocrity, the invisible hand that rewards you for staying silent, staying small, and staying obedient. It's the weight of expectations that aren't yours. It's a society that builds pedestals for the weak and graveyards for the ambitious. The moment you decide you want more, the moment you decide to become a threat to the status quo, the world stops being indifferent. It starts wanting you dead. Not physically, perhaps, but it wants your spirit dead. It wants your ambition buried. It wants that fire in your eyes replaced with the dull glow of a screen. Welcome back to Phantom Focus. Today, we aren't talking about living. We aren't talking about getting by. We are talking about the brutal, cold-blooded art of surviving when every exit sign is pointed toward your demise. The old you, the one who cared what they thought, the one who waited for permission, that person is already gone. It's time to meet what's left. The moment you decide to rise, you trigger an invisible alarm. You become a glitch in a perfectly synchronized matrix of mediocrity. To a world built on compliance, your ambition looks like a fever. Your drive looks like a sickness, and the world's first instinct? To treat you like a virus. This is the architecture of isolation. It begins in the places you'd least expect, your inner circle. We call it the crab mentality. When a single crab tries to climb out of the bucket to find freedom, the others don't cheer. They don't follow. They reach up with cold, reflexive claws and drag it back down into the boiling water. Your friends, your family, your peers, they don't necessarily want you to fail. They just need you to stay where you are so they don't feel left behind. When you change, you hold up a mirror to their stagnation. To avoid looking at their own reflection, they will try to save you by killing your vision. They will call you unrealistic, obsessed, or crazy. Survival requires you to find a strange, haunting peace in the silence of being misunderstood. Most people are terrified of being the outcast. They trade their soul for the warmth of the crowd. But you must learn to breathe in the vacuum. You must realize that being misunderstood is actually a badge of honor. It means you are speaking a language the average mind hasn't learned yet. The lesson is brutal but liberating. Survival starts with the realization that you are completely on your own. This isn't a tragedy. It is your greatest tactical advantage. When you realize no one is coming to save you, you stop looking at the door and start looking at your own hands. Isolation is the forge. It strips away the noise, the fake applause, and the distractions. In the cold architecture of isolation, the only thing left standing is the truth of who you are. Most people break under pressure. They feel the weight of the world's doubt, the sneers of the skeptics, and the cold shoulder of the elite, and they crumble. They treat criticism like a poison. But to survive when the world wants you dead, you must learn to treat it like a propellant. You must master the chemistry of defiance. Spite is one of the cleanest burning fuels in the human psyche. When someone says, you can't, you won't, or you aren't good enough, a normal person feels diminished. A survivor feels a surge of electricity. You take those two words, I can't, and you forge them into a two-word death sentence for their expectations. Watch me. This isn't about proving them right, it's about making them watch while you prove them irrelevant. You don't argue with the critics. You outwork them until their voices are drowned out by the sound of your success. To sustain this, you must build a fortress mindset. Most people's self-worth is a glass house, shattered by the first stone thrown by a stranger on the internet or a jealous coworker. Your mindset must be made of reinforced concrete. You have to reach a point where criticism doesn't even register as pain. It registers as data. If the world is screaming at you, it means you're finally loud enough to be heard. If the world is trying to push you down, it's because it's finally realized you're a threat. The lesson is simple. If the world wants you gone, don't try to hide. Make yourself too big to ignore. Become a mountain that they can't climb and a force that they can't contain. When the world realizes that its hatred only makes you stronger, It stops being your executioner and starts becoming your unintended coach. Turn the spite into energy, the pressure into diamonds, and the doubt into your greatest masterpiece. There is a period in every great ascent that the world never sees. It is the transition from being a victim of the system to becoming a ghost within it. We call this the ghost protocol. To the outside world, it looks like you've given up. Your social feeds go dark. Your seat at the table is empty. Your phone stops ringing because you stopped answering. Most people are addicted to the applause of the start. They announce their goals before they've even taken the first step, seeking the dopamine hit of validation for a dream they haven't earned yet. But survivors know that strategic silence is a weapon. When you stop announcing your moves, you eliminate the world's ability to sabotage them. You stop feeding the trolls and start feeding your focus. You become a phantom. Invisible, untraceable, and dangerous. This is the dark room period. It is the grueling, unglamorous, and often lonely work that happens when no one is watching. It's the late nights where the only witness to your grind is the moon. In the dark room, you aren't just working. You are undergoing a molecular shift. You are shedding the skin of the person the world thought it could kill. You are developing skills in the shadows that will eventually blind them in the light. When the ghost protocol is complete, you don't just come back. You don't return to your old life and ask for your seat back. You reappear as someone unrecognizable. You return with a new walk, a new talk, and a level of competence that feels like a jump scare to those who thought you were finished. You didn't just survive the world's attempt to delete you. You used the downtime to rewrite your own code. There is no rebirth without a funeral. To survive a world that wants you dead, you must first be willing to kill the person you used to be. This is the year everything burns. The bridges you didn't have the courage to cross, let them burn. The relationships that anchored you to mediocrity, let them burn. The version of you that begged for likes and searched for validation, burn it to the ground. Most people fail because they try to carry their old baggage into their new life. They want the crown, but they aren't willing to let go of the shackles. But you understand the high-stakes trade. You are sacrificing your comfort for your potential. When the smoke clears and the world looks for the person it once knew, it finds nothing but ash. In that void, you begin to establish your own world order. Establishing your new world order means you no longer respond to the world's demands. The world responds to yours. You stop asking what the market wants, what your peers expect, or what society deems acceptable. You dictate the terms. You set the price. You define the boundaries. You have transitioned from the hunted to the architect. You aren't just surviving the system anymore. You are the one who determines how the system interacts with you. The ultimate lesson of this journey is that survival isn't about staying the same. It's not about hanging on or weathering the storm. It is about a radical, violent evolution. You have become something the world can no longer kill because you have become something the world no longer recognizes. You are faster, colder, more disciplined, and completely detached from the opinions of the masses. You didn't just survive the fire, you became the fire. Look back one last time, not out of regret, but to see how far the ground has fallen away beneath you. The world threw everything it had at you. It used your doubts, your fears, and your closest allies to try and snuff out your light. It wanted you quiet. It wanted you broken. It wanted you dead. It failed. The mistake the world made was thinking that pressure would crush you, when all it did was turn you into a diamond. The mistake it made was thinking the fire would consume you, when all it did was forge you into a weapon. Now, the time for hiding is over. The phantom phase has served its purpose. Now, you go out there, and you show the world exactly why failing to kill your spirit was the biggest mistake it ever made. Don't just succeed. Dominate so completely that they have to rewrite the rules just to keep up with you. If you're still standing, if you made it to the end of this fire, comment survivor below. Let them know the phantom hasn't left. We've only just arrived. Like this video if you're ready to burn the old you. Subscribe to join the ranks. And keep your focus. We're just getting started.